So by now, a couple of times I've made the case to you about how we're born with a natural, creatively entrepreneurial genius. I've made the case quantitatively for you with the NASA-related research that showed that 98% of us are born with a creative genius. And I've shared the UN statistic that in the developing nations, 75% of all employment is self-generated. Well, let me visit that second data point, that 75% again. In the past, since I've found that research, that analysis, I guess, almost a decade ago, I've used it as I've been using it with you, which is to reinforce the point that we're all born with remarkable creative qualities. In the last couple of years, I've come to understand there's more significance to that data point than I've been helping us see, which is most folks are making their way, right? There's no career paths for them. There's no career paths that they go to school to find which career path they should be taking. Instead, in a dynamic, complex, confusing, rapidly changing, always changing world, they figure out how to make their way. And increasingly, doesn't it seem that increasingly there's going to be fewer paths, that there already are fewer paths here, fewer clearly defined career paths for folks to follow, and that increasingly we have to be making our way. I've got a lot of very close relationships with a lot of millennials, and I'm finding so much success in these millennials' lives as they make their way, as they figure out a couple of things that they'd like to do, and then they go out and create jobs for themselves so they get to do those couple of things. They coach soccer and make movies. They start businesses and care for children. They love to do certain things, and they figure out how they're going to earn their keep doing those things. I certainly don't want to say that's only a millennial trait. I've just found so much of it within the millennial generation, which I guess so many of them came into the workforce after the 2008 financial debacle and had to be making their way. Well, that's going to be increasingly true for all of us. This future of unknowable unknowns, whereas I think I've mentioned already, by the end of next decade, by the end of the 2030s, it's estimated that 50% of the jobs that will make up the economy at that point don't exist today. So we have to learn how to make our way. One more reason to be intentional about growing our creative and entrepreneurial qualities so that we're most capable of making our way with whatever the future has in store for us.